Hey there. Now that it's cooling off outside, my daughter and I went on a couple of mini adventures for fun this past weekend, and we're both pretty happy that we did. This is the first year she made her own Halloween costume. After many years of having mom-made disguises, she decided to be Noelle, a character from a video game, Deltarune, a sequel to Undertale. It's one of our favorites. I'm glad that I have some time off soon and I get to catch up on this, as well as a few other video games. We've been meaning to have some mom and daughter time for a while now, and I thought it would be good to see some animals at a zoo and have a nice meal together afterwards. I carried my sketchbook with me and managed to do some very scribbly animals. They like to move around a lot, so it was a great opportunity to try and get my brain to take snapshots of their shapes and gestures. Had to be careful though. I didn't want to get too distracted in what I was doing because, spending time with my daughter means spending time with her, not always keeping my nose in a sketchbook. She also draws, so it's helpful in that aspect, and we do have a mutual understanding. I never want to feel that small hand on my clothing telling me, hey, I'm bored, Mom, can we go? I will say that having a sense of urgency while someone is waiting on you can have a positive impact on your focus while you're doing observational sketching of animals, people, landscapes. And luckily for me, mom jokes, trying to ask insightful questions will help the process. So after personifying animals for a couple of hours, it was nice to go out and get some sushi. On the following day, we picked out some pumpkins for carving later on this week at a pumpkin patch. It was a lot more casual, and all of our hands were full of pumpkins. It made sketching pretty impossible. I do make an attempt to bring my sketchbook with me everywhere I go, but I feel like when you're out with your family, you just have to kind of make that conscious choice. Like, okay, can I sketch now? Or, it's all about balancing. Like, oh, should I sketch? Because you kind of have to keep like one eye on what you're drawing, and the other one you have to pay attention to what's going on with your family. You don't want to cut them out too much because it can come off as being a little alienating. But I was able to kind of make a few mental notes and mental doodles of things. It's usually a pretty good backup. I wanted to try and take a lot of the feeling from that time out with my family and put it into some thumbnails. So if you're a parent and an artist, I totally understand the struggle with trying to balance everything. It just takes time and patience and always prioritizing the health and safety of, your children, and you have to kind of hold off all artistic endeavors. Fortunately, my daughter is more independent now, but also unfortunately, I feel as if she's growing up so fast. It's amazing to see her become that person. I just feel like it wasn't too long ago that she was not even old enough for preschool, and it's very bittersweet. Like, I get to share more fun, spooky movies with her at this time of year. A lot of those old Tim Burton movies, watching fun TV shows together, like Erie, Indiana, and Over the Garden Wall. She loves all of them. But I do remember making those little costumes, when she needs me to hold her hand the whole time. It's amazing. I really wanted to try and channel a lot of these emotions and a lot of these feelings into the thumbnails that I drew. They are definitely far from perfect. I was at the end of a very long but very awesome and eventful weekend. I've learned in several art classes that failing at a small scale. So it's like you get to channel your emotions, your thoughts, your theories, and everything in that scale, and you can kind of figure out pretty quickly like what's working, what's not working. Eventually, I hope to choose one or possibly two to work up to a final drawing. These will definitely fall into the genre of personal work for me. Like a small little fantasy drawing of October 2022 with my daughter, and just kind of embrace the time we have together and appreciate it. I will say though, overall, I am mostly happy with these thumbnails. So if you've enjoyed yourself, please consider liking or subscribing. I'll be making more art in the future, and I would really love it if you could join me in my journey. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you again soon.